Hi, and welcome
Well,
to another exciting pirate news. I am with the one, the only, the
I
captain
think
of
you
our
should start
Massachusetts chapter.
again. I pressed the button after I had given you the thumbs up. Sorry, Joe.
But, anyways, welcome to another exciting and unpredictable pirate news, as we never know what's going to happen on this show. With me is the one, the only, the great captain of our Massachusetts chapter and fearless leader, James O'Keefe.
Ahoy.
And with us, the always quiet, always reserved, always ready to strike, Steve.
Good evening. Thank you, Joe.
So, gentlemen, we have a couple good topics to talk about. But first, I just wanted to say, right now on the national level, we are doing our elections. So please cast your vote. Tell us who you want, or even better yet, run for a position, run against us, and run for something that's open. We definitely need all the support, all the help on the national level. So definitely let your voices be heard. We want to hear from you, please, and thank you. Um, so with that,
And
what
also,
we
just
want?
if I can just interject, Joe.
Oh, of course.
So this is the last day 7 of the U.S. Pirate Party 2022 conference, and there's a lot of interesting discussion and videos that we put up. The chair of the Czech Pirates addressed the opening session. Alex Matthews, who some of you know from Restore the Fourth, was gracious enough to speak with me, even though he's still suffering from COVID. So, I'll put a link in the chat and in the description where you can find those videos and watch those as well. I'll be quiet then, Joe.
Oh, no. That Thank you for that, Jamie. It never fails that when I go astray, you're there to set the course back straight. So
I am
that being said, we did have a couple interesting topics. Jamie, if you will.
Sure. So there's an article here from Torrent Freak, which is a very good site about news about the copyright industry's attempts to prevent people from sharing our collective culture, as well as the efforts people go through to share that culture. And the U.S. Copyright Office is looking at uh, introducing upload filters, saying sites such as Reddit, Google, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, will need to look at any user created content that is uploaded to their services and filter it for copyright infringement. And so Reddit, along with others, have gone and written what they find to be the problems with that. There's many issues. So currently, the DMCA, or the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, says that someone can go and say, "Well, this content infringes on my copyright, and you must take it down." And there's a whole process whereby that is hopefully adjudicated, though it's never perfect. And there's no penalty for saying something infringes when it doesn't. But if things can't even be uploaded, then that process is short circuited. And so the article goes through a large number of reasons why that's a problem, besides what I just mentioned. But other potential issues are, you know, computers are not, they don't understand nuance. So if someone has a if someone has taken someone else's art, for example, and made a parody of it, that may look like the original, and so as a result would not it would get flagged and so not uploaded. But it's a parody, and parody is protected by fair use. um, if we've certainly seen cases where people will take their own renditions of songs, say, that are in the public domain and upload them, and someone will claim that song, they have the copyright for that song when they don't. And so these new creations won't even be allowed if upload filters are there. So it's something to consider. And we would certainly advocate that the Copyright Office doesn't go and put upload filters there. There's literally no law that says that they should do it, but the copyright sometimes goes over their mandate.
There's I think one sort of instructive example of a copyright infringement case. This actually involved paper media, specifically 2600 magazine. It's a quarterly hackers journal, but fun magazine to subscribe to. But anyway, they tend to have some really cool covers. And one cover, they were taken to court for copyright infringement because it was basically sort of an abstract shape in the background with some, photos, laid over top. And it turned out that someone else had, copyrighted an image with the same abstract background thingy. And that was the basis for the copyright suit. So what, sort of came out of this was that the abstract background thingy was a CC by SA image that both parties had used. But that was effectively the background for the infringement suit. So, like, as you were saying, Jamie, there is a certain amount of nuance involved in this, even aside from fair use, even when you're, doing something that is a mashup of a combination of several works, even if, one of those constituent pieces, if this is a case where two people used a shareable with a license image as a background, but the fact that one ended up suing the other over it, it's not cool. There's nuance there.
I mean, isn't there always, wherever there's a law, there's a troll willing and waiting in the bushes to exploit said law?
Well, it is a, the penalties are, well, basically it's a source of revenue for someone. And if you are, there are companies that provide, that they just scour the web trying to find, copies of your images or whatnot. And then, providing information for you to bring an enforcement claim, a claim of infringement. But like many other things, it is, it's a racket, and it can be used as an income generator.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Sorry, go, Joe.
I was just going to say, if anyone's making money off my image, I'd be so surprised.
I mean, what I was going to add to this is when you look at the DMCA notice and takedown, and I think Content ID is YouTube's system.
Mm-hmm.
You have a case where someone puts up a video and they go and they've done all of it and they haven't used anything. And then someone else, and it's, they're making their money that way and they get ad revenue from that. And someone else will come along and say, oh, no, you infringed on our copyright. We're going to take that ad revenue. And it's just kind of funny that, I just find it funny that they would want to prevent people from uploading things that they could then steal. But I mean, it's the copyright industry is always has competing interests. There's one group that's like, no, we don't want to go and upload anything, and there's other people within the industry who are, oh yeah, we'll take these things, claim copyright and monetize it. And of course it's a bot that's going and searching these things out, right? And anyone can claim, oh, here is something I've created. Let me backdate it and now go and claim someone else's content as my own and prevent them from uploading. Well, it wouldn't prevent them from uploading it, but maybe, I don't know. We'd have to see the mechanisms.
And speaking of other like thieves and trolls, so we happen to have a good story here for you about our pals, corporate Amazon, and how they're just an awesome organization. And when I say awesome, I mean not actually awesome.
Yeah, this is a story that caught my attention. I'm a bit of a labor history buff, although this is a far cry from early unionization movements or the Wobblies or anything like that. But just a contemporary labor suit. It was just kind of interesting. Okay, so we've got an Amazon developer who is suing Amazon on behalf of himself and I believe something like 4,000 of their workers, I presume developers, who've been working at home during the pandemic. And they would like Amazon to reimburse them for broadband and electricity expenses incurred while working from home. And sort of the rationale for this lawsuit is that, California's labor laws require an employer to indemnify workers for costs of carrying out their duties as an employee. And, these workers are saying, well, we are doing our duties and, you owe us money. So it's a class action suit. It has not gone forward yet. Amazon's take on this is that it was following shelter-at-home orders that were issued by the government, and it's not required to pay for something that was, the result of a government action. So it'll be a fun one it'll be an interesting one to watch. We'll see what happens.
So I know my employer has embraced work from home. Has Amazon?
I would say no, seeing that they're having to bring a class action lawsuit against them.
No, but I mean, my point is, in other words, if they can go and claim, well, the government forced us and we just had to do it. But if they're allowing people to work from home after the government's no longer locking places down.
Yeah, the article did not mention this. Well,
what really blows my mind about this whole situation is why wouldn't they claim and even pay out all these fees to their employees, because they get to write it off as a business expense and then claim that against their taxes, which is exorbitant. I'm sure
they're literally not paying taxes anyway, so it's an expense now. They've already zeroed out their taxes.
So I mean, in terms of the business side, the paying a dollar out in expenses and deducting it means you get about 35 cents of that back, give or take. So it would only be useful if it, say brought them over some threshold to a different tax bracket or something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, in general, having an expense and writing it off, it still costs you money generally.
I mean, that makes sense, but you can always take those deductions and make it down a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, the good.
I mean, that's kind of what Donald Trump did. But he's not a crook.
Mm-hmm.
Except he is.
We'll see what the court case says.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that being said,
so
I appreciate you guys. Or are you saying something, Jamie?
I was going to say we should mention June 12th.
Yes. June 12th.
So June 12th, we're gonna go over to Joe's temporary abode in Nashville, New Hampshire, and have a get together, a potluck, cookout, whatever you want to call it. We encourage people to, of course, be vaccinated and boosted, wear masks and social distance. We all want to minimize our risk because, COVID's still a thing. So,
just one small correction. It's not temporary. It's being restored.
oh, okay. All right.
But we very much request that you're vaccinated, or at least we just brought home a newborn baby. Yay. 5 days old now. So we really ask that you keep us safe. If you're attending, we would really appreciate it.
And if you're sick, don't come.
Oh,
There'll
thank
be
you.
another.
Thank you. There will always be another one, but this one's up in New Hampshire, so hopefully we can get some New Hampshire pirates wanting to come. And I also heard there are some Pennsylvania pirates interested in coming. So, that being said, it will be an outdoor event, and we will have food, and it will be delicious. And come and see. Let's have a chat. Let's have a discussion, and enjoy ourselves.
And a link is in the description, so you can get the full details there. And with that, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Steve. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And Joe, I guess I'll see you at 9 o'clock today for the final Pirate Party conference video. All right. So please like, share, subscribe, click that bell, and all that others. You can find us at masspirates.org. We hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care, folks, and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and sign up for our newsletter.
Yes. I think there's a link for that in the description below. Take care, folks.
Yes, you do. That's
Yay.
We're clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sorry about that.